Vlad, we're seeing these groups. They've got names. Shut down D.C. and they're planning to blockade the Supreme Court. They've already had what was the Ruth Gang based on Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was not in favor of trying to shut down the Supreme Court. We've got people who have jail support money on hand, so if any protesters get arrested, this is almost like a war is being waged, don't you think?
It is. The radical left knows that there's an existential crisis created by Joe Biden's failures to adequately administer the office of the presidency, and that the failures that the American people are seeing, high record inflation, stagnant employment, falling wages, a border that's thrown wide open, gas above $5 a gallon, an international conflict where the American power looks completely wasted, fall on Joe Biden, and they realize that this is something that they need to find a way to stop. And so they're lashing out violently, which is the way the left always reacts when they're up against the wall.
But what are we looking at as we move into the summer? I mean, this is all obviously, it's not just about abortion, because you don't have the White House coming down and condemning attempts to maybe assassinate Supreme Court justices who don't think like the left thinks. Instead, this seems like more of they're trying to protect their backs for re-election. I mean, what is this all about coming from the Democrat side of this equation?
Look, if the left didn't have double standards, they wouldn't have any standards at all. If this were reversed, if this were, say, someone who tried to assassinate one of the left-wing judges on the court, it would be front-page news every single day. It would be the lead discussion point on the evening news and on every single cable news channel. It got zero discussion in the mainstream media, and that's because the left understands inherently that their supporters, their adherents, their grassroots army, if you will, is made of violent thugs, and this is the kind of behavior that they expect. Additionally, the fact is that the left approves of this behavior. They endorse this kind of behavior. You had Chuck Schumer, the majority leader of the United States Senate, standing in front of the Supreme Court last year, threatening the justices who were potentially going to rule against Roe v. Wade, that they would face the consequences. They would reap the whirlwind because of this decision. He was orchestrating it and instigating it. The left is committed to their agenda to the point that they're willing to commit acts of violence to achieve it. And this is very much in line with their identity and their mode of operation.
I would think they'd like nothing more than for the other side, the people of America who are appalled by all of this, to start meeting mano a mano and thrashing it out violently too, which would what? Give the government an excuse to come in and shut everybody down?
Well, the government, the leftists have a tendency to look at every single opportunity, and Rahm Emanuel of the Obama administration made this famous, where he said, "Never waste a crisis." They use every single opportunity to expand government power, to punish their enemies, and to reward their friends and allies. And every single chance that they have at chaos, at disorder, at disruption, they use to expand on their reach and the breadth of the government. I mean, they use the COVID pandemic to funnel trillions and trillions of dollars to their allies and to their supporters. It's par for the course. This is how they work.
Vlad Davidiak, Republican strategist, thank you for joining us here on Houston's Morning News today.